Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Inspired. Today I'm here with Ari, myself, and we brought Karin back because we wanted to talk a little bit more about her services and her training that she offers, and we also have Sasha here.
What's up?
So, Karin.
Yes, what do I do every day?
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit of a unicorn in Idaho. I am a clinically trained esthetician, but I have only worked in the medical side of things for 21 years. I am a cosmetic injector. I do dermal fillers. I also do a lot of body work. There's a lot of GLP-1 situations go out there. That's the nurse practitioners that work on the other side of my building do weight loss. And then we do a lot of referral back and forth. And then I do Cool Sculpting, Evolve X, which is muscle toning. And I also have a laser and microneedling, radio frequency microneedling for skin tightening. So I offer a lot of things. What makes my practice different is that I am a sole provider, and I do that on purpose, not just because in the last episode I talked about I don't like working with people. It's not all that. I am very much concierge-based. I build relationships of trust with my people. I don't ever want to lose this, and with my customers. When other spas who have 15, 20 employees, I mean, that's great. That's how they've built. I mean, these spas are doing multi-million-dollar a year. But I've had a lot of patients through the years complain to me that they lose that relationship. And when you're going down the road of anti-aging or service-based businesses, it's very personal. A lot of people are inquiring about these procedures, but they don't know who to ask or how to ask. That's one thing that I have taken really personally and also very seriously, of when someone comes to me for something, they will be with me from A to Z seamlessly through their whole procedure. If there's any questions, they call me, they text me. There's never going to be anybody else that they have to deal with. And I do believe that's why I've had many people following me around for the 20 years that I've been doing what I'm doing, and had the success that I have, because those relationships that I have built of trust are vitally important to me.
Can we ask you filler and Botox and questions?
Sure can.
I just got my lips filled. Like 2
And they're
days ago.
beautiful. Not by me,
Not by
but
you.
they're beautiful.
But remember how we were tattooing your brows, right? And I remember how I was like, oh, it's kind of crunchy. Maybe this is why, because there was scar tissue built up. So I was like, maybe this is why it's not lasting so long. So on the flip side of that, remember I said with my filler, I was like, do you think the filler is lasting a little longer because I have some scar tissue in there, or what's that about?
You know, that's a real controversial question. I personally think that the longer that you have filler, especially in the lips, let's back up for a minute. Whenever we are doing anything in the anti-aging world, we are injuring the skin in a very controlled environment. We are depending on wound healing for collagen stimulation. When we are hurt, collagen is what forms a scar. In the world of anti-aging, we obviously don't want to scar people, but we are manipulating that mechanism of action of wound healing for collagen stimulation. As we start to age, we lose collagen. In our lips, even though we're not injuring them on purpose, a needle poke in the lips is an injury. Your body doesn't see the difference between us cosmetically doing this on purpose or someone just punched you in the mouth. The healing is the same. And doing that over and over and over, collagen stimulation can form scars. It's not the same type of scar as a cut, but it's tissue that has been manipulated by that wound healing mechanism of action, and it becomes thicker. So when I'm injecting lips of people who have been getting it for years and years, the needle feels different, kind of like you said.
You can feel it, like
it's a resistance. It's not smooth like brand new tissue that's never had filler before. It's just different because it evolves over time.
I have another question. Does lip filler at some point always have to be dissolved? I love these controversial questions. Come on.
So I'll tell you,
Yeah.
I've been injecting for 21 years, and I'll just tell you what I'm learning, what I have learned, and what we are seeing through time. Through ultrasound, we are finding that filler does not just dissolve and go away. Your product insert of most fillers are going to say it's going to last 9 to 12 months. The volumization you get from that is probably going to last that long, but it's like a gas tank. It slowly goes down. But again, we are finding through ultrasound that all of that product is not completely gone. So when you are building on top of that, especially in the lips, I'll use that as an example. There is a potential space that this filler goes into, and when you have exceeded that space, I think that that's what people are referring to as migration. Yeah. It goes to the area of least resistance. It's pushing out what's already there. That's when you start getting weirdness up here, lumpy, bumpy, width in the mouth. When it gets to that point, when you have exceeded that space, then you need to start over.
I got another one. All right. So with lips, since we're talking about lips, I see people all the time, tattoo world, right? So we don't tattoo way out there. You can only tattoo as far as where the actual lip tissue is. Okay, but...
It's called the mucosa.
So if somebody stops getting... So they have big lips, right? I've seen some way overfilled lips. So they stop getting that. Are their lips going to like shrivel like a raisin and have like little lines at some point? Say they have big lips for 10 years and then they're 60, 70 and they're like, I don't want to do this anymore. And they stop doing that lip filler. When that skin shrinks back down, is it going back to normal or is it going to look like more wrinkly?
Skin.
Well, remember, you're still continuing to age. And part of that intrinsic aging process is losing collagen, losing elasticity. We're just starting to shrink. So, yes. It's not going to filler. I see what you're saying. It's all going
stretching that skin. And
it
then
is
when
stretching.
you stop stretching that skin, it goes back. So it's like a double whammy almost.
Can be, and then you're continuing to age, losing all those things that give you the plump to begin with. So yes.
Yeah. Right. Anybody else have questions? This is fun.
So once you start, you can't stop.
Well, I mean, you can.
I mean, don't get crazy with it. I
think. Exactly. Everything in moderation.
Yeah.
The last 10 years. I cannot even stand what's happened with fillers for two reasons. It's making people look alien-esque. It makes people look weird, overfilled, just so unnatural, and anatomically speaking, it's not healthy for the skin. I'm starting to see a trend go out of that, and I'm so happy. Lots of regenerative situations for the skin as far as using blood therapies, PRP, PRF, that's platelet-rich fibrin, platelet-rich fiber, and platelet-rich, what am I trying to say? PRP. Anyway, using your own body's mechanism of action for stimulating, volumizing, and making the skin look better.
So if I want this here to be just a little lifted, but I don't want surgery or anything, what would I do? Is it Botox or filler?
Botox.
So Sasha's talking about right now, if you guys aren't watching, she's pointing to like almost like a little mini like brow lift or eyelid lift a little bit like underneath.
I have the hooded eyes a little bit. So I don't want to look like I'm shocked all the time, but I definitely want a little bit just more eyelid space.
What about threads? The PDO threads for that?
I used to do threads. I don't do them anymore.
Why?
Yeah.
It looks intense. Yeah. Like what you have to do and grab the muscle and pull it like all under the skin.
So
like how do you navigate?
It's barbed threads. I mean, you obviously need to know your anatomy. You need to be trained properly, and you need to understand how and why what you're doing to the skin. Right. The reason, this is going to get very controversial. I don't know who's watching this, but this is my own personal opinion.
Yes.
I don't do threads anymore because I don't like the type of collagen that they are producing. Remember I said anytime we injure the skin, we are manipulating the action of collagen stimulation. Personally, I had some threads put in my neck, and I've had threads many, many times. I've been trained by somebody who's very good. She lives in New York. And it wasn't her. It was somebody else who put some threads, and they weren't done in properly. It's just that about after 6 or 9 months after I had them done, I formed a big ball of scar tissue right here. Oh, no. And it's the only thing that I had done to my neck. So I knew that it had to be that, and I had to have it surgically removed, which was not a big deal. But in my mind, my thought process, I would die a million deaths if I did that to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I stopped doing them. And I have another procedure that I do that I like even more than threads. It's called Agnes RF, RF standing for radio frequency. And this is actually a device that I clinically train for all over the country with this company called AMP, Aesthetic Management Partners. It is using one needle precision to pull the skin back, and I tack it in with a needle and heat. So it does what threads is doing without threads. And I like using heat and coagulation in the skin for repositioning So if you can see me, it gives you a non-surgical facelift, like so. I need to have it done again.
Is that what we see when everybody's like non-surgical facelift?
Yeah. Yes.
Could be that.
Things like that, yes. I love this procedure, Agnes RF, from AMP.
I'm like, write that down.
I know, it's great. So that's the other reason why I don't do threads. When I started producing the results that I wanted with this, and then that happened to me myself, that's why I stopped doing threads. But back to Sasha here. There is something else you can do that is going to minimize the skin that you have up here that's non-surgical. It's called plasmage. It's using plasma energy to shrink wrap that skin. So that would give you more space in there.
Is that what you were doing to your skin? Oh, okay.
Were you doing plasma?
Yeah, I had plasma done.
Oh, okay.
It's a very superficial treatment. It isn't going to last forever, but it's wonderful to do small areas and just lift the skin.
I can keep up with it over time?
And you could do a little bit of a brow lift right here. I mean, you have to repeat it every 3 months, but that is a way to manipulate that area up.
So the one plasma I got, I could feel like little, I don't want to say bumps or scabs, but you know how they're supposed to kind of burn little holes? It wasn't that intense. It was very superficial. Would you suggest that one with the newer plasma pens or the plasma that you can actually see that burns with the plasma energy and leaves those little brown,
like the dots.
Brown dots.
That is what I do. It is actually a device called Plasmage. It is a Class 2 FDA approved fractionated. And this is another device that I actually trained for too, so I know it really well. The plasma pens, I got trained on that 6-7 years ago, actually here in Vegas. A lot of those are not FDA approved. They're very controversial about what they're doing. That particular device in the hands of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, there's no room for error with plasma. You have to know the depths of the skin. You have to know exactly what you're doing. And I've had good results with it. So yes, this particular device all day long. All the other ones, they're not regulated enough, and there's no licensing for this, so that's kind of the scary part. But I love plasma energy in very small areas on the face that just need a good shrink wrap. I don't have anything else that will do that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so interesting.
Sasha, I just want to finish up real quick, but Sasha, I'm going to make you guys all really uncomfortable. What, have you had anything done yet? And how old are you?
30.
So you never had anything done? 30.
Beautiful.
No.
Karen, do you want to say you want to say what you've had done or what you've done?
How much time do we got?
I know you want to say what about like your favorites? Like, is there like 3 top favorites that you've had done?
Like just in my whole body?
Yeah.
I haven't had a whole lot done to my face. I do Botox. I have some filler in my lips, but you can see I'm wrinkly.
I just like people don't talk about this, so I'm like, let's say what we've done.
So I don't know how to show you here, but part of the reason I do the body work that I do has been my own personal journey. I have type 1 diabetes, and I have weighed 96 pounds more than I do right now. And that was a really miserable place to me. I was very unmanaged with diabetes and just really unhealthy. So my body journey, and I'll show you pictures when I'm done here, has been a way that I can help women be more comfortable in their own skin and just see that if you want to make changes, I can help guide you down that path.
Love that.
So, I love the body work. So I've had my journey that started that was before I went out on my own 11 years ago, I worked in 2 plastic surgeons' offices, and one of them I have had quite a bit of work done, getting work and then undoing work. I had breast implants put in probably 10 years ago, and they made me very sick. I should never have had them having the diabetic profile that I did, but I didn't realize this for 7 years until, long story short, Reader's Digest version, I decided to have my breast implants removed, and then that changed everything about my health profile. That's when I started losing weight. It's when I got rid of all the inflammation in my body. We talked about inflammation before. And I also had some body work done. So I had this fixed. I had my tummy fixed because I lost a lot of weight. I lost almost 100 pounds. So I've had, that's the work that I've done. I haven't had a whole lot of work on my face. Just a little filler here, a little Botox here. My eyebrows, always eyebrows. But that's about it. I'm very consistent with my skincare, and I do a lot of laser work of resurfacing, a lot of Retin-A, just always continually keeping that cell renewal system on your skin working.
Like CO2 laser?
I don't have CO2. I have a 1927 thulium, but there's all different kinds of wavelengths.
Yeah.
But just something that is resurfacing the skin and encouraging that new cellular growth. Yes.
Yes, awesome.
Oh, wait, I have one more
Getting
question
lasers
for
on my face.
we go down there. What about red light therapy?
Love it.
Okay.
Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. Consistency is key. I tell people, get one and put it by your bed. It's like
That's what
brushing
I
your
was-
teeth. 10 minutes every day.
Okay.
If you do, you'll see a difference. A lot of people are like, I don't see any difference. I'm like, how many times you've done it?
I have such a nice
yeah.
one right by
Maybe
my bed. I
once.
never use it.
10
my
minutes.
Put it on blue and it will help with.
I know. I have such a nice. It does. Oh, it's a nice one, but it just sits there.
Love it. Yes.
I'll start using it. Okay, note
Yeah,
taken.
yeah.
How about you? Anything?
Oh, girl.
Can you just say your like top 2 favorite things that you have done?
Okay, my top 2 favorites would be lipo for sure.
Been there, done that.
And I would say my favorite area would be like my chin. I still have a fat face though. See, I'm still staring at myself like,
Come see me for Agnes.
yeah, let's
It-
lift this.
it
It's
does
just
this, yeah.
this, right? So my favorite was the lipo here.
Oh, yeah.
And then I would say my lips
Mm-hmm.
because I love my big juicy lips now. And I've had like Botox, a little bit of Botox.
Just a little bit here, a little bit here. What about
That's
you,
all
Miss
I've
Amber?
done too is Botox and filler in my lips.
Yeah.
I'm at
Pretty
the age
basic.
to
I don't
start
really
that,
know
right?
Much of.
Like start it now. If I wanted to start doing stuff like that.
I mean, you want to start it when you see why you're doing it. You don't have a whole lot of lines.
Definitely.
I've
my
been
forehead.
telling you guys that you don't really
Maybe
have
just
anything.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely have the forehead lines. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm so expressive.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having that
Yeah.
open conversation. I feel like people never talk
Yeah.
about that.
Love it.
All right, guys.
No
so-
secrets here.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
secrets. Thank you guys so much for joining us on another episode. And Sasha?
Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.